Evelyn to Philip, March 2nd, 1943, 4:50 p.m. Phil, dearest, I know you want to know all the details concerning Tanta's demise, so I'll try to tell all I can and all I know. It came about in this manner. She awoke early and had milk and toast for breakfast. About 10:30 a.m., Mom called and Ray said she felt fine. Ray had the day off. Just previous to the call, Ethel was reading her a letter from Harry in which he said her allotment had gone through. After reading the letter, Ethel helped her down to the chair and went downstairs to get page 2 something. After Ray hung up, Ethel ran upstairs to get something. All in all, she was away from Tanta about 3 to 5 minutes. As she passed the room, she called to Tanta asking if she cared to get back in bed. No reply. She glanced into the room to the chair. No Tanta. To the bed. No Tanta. In the bathroom. No Tanta. She ran into the bedroom and Tanta lay on her back on the floor between the 2 3/4 beds. She had arisen from the chair and started for the bed. Apparently she became very warm for page 3. She had thrown off her robe and it was on the floor. At the end, she must have slipped to her knees without a sound and flattened out on her back. Ethel first thought she had fainted, and she and Ray rubbed her with alcohol and tried spirits of ammonia. They kissed her hands and face and hair and said she looked happy, almost glad the end had come. Ethel called the doctor immediately, but it was no use, no heartbeat. He said she had a strong heart, but her strength, page 4, gave out. She said to Mom on Sunday, people should never cry when they go to a cemetery. They should be happy that everyone is at rest and won't suffer anymore. People should cry when they go to a hospital where they see people suffering pitifully. Even Ethel said she felt it was going to happen. Both Ethel and Mom dreamt of it or something similar. Do you remember, sweet, when she was at the home, when you were home in January? Well, at that time she said to Mom, my face is swelling. Page 5. I get swollen all over. Mom said it was nothing, to make little of it, but she feared the worst. Thank God we got Mom under control, only after her eyes had swelled so badly she couldn't open them. None of us let her go there, and she claims you would have taken her over. Would you? The funeral is Wednesday at Levine's, and it was postponed a day, pending the arrival of Ben and Harry. Harry will be here tonight, but Ben can't come. There is no plane going east, and it's no use. Page 6, coming in by train. It takes 5 days. The girls are fairly calm, but they all took it pretty hard. I know it was a complete shock for you, dearest, and that you would have wanted to be there, but I'm sure you'll understand when I say it's best for you to remember her as she was. Ethel asked if you were coming in, but I explained what the Red Cross had said, and they all understood. I sincerely hope you will see it my way. I hated to act without your opinion and comment, so I'm, page 7, hoping I've done nothing you won't forgive. I have a hunch you'll call Wednesday, and if you do, we won't discuss it in detail, as this letter should answer all your questions. It was 4 years, almost to the day, that her husband passed away. If there's anything you want to know, all you have to do is ask. Myra and Lil were over last night. Lil was at Wyman's first. Ethel said she was glad Tanta was able to see Adele. I think the folks will go there tonight, but both Lil and I think it, page 8, unwise, 'cause she'll need plenty of strength tomorrow. We'll see. I got your Sunday letter, and you're forgiven for not having written Saturday. However, do you think you would like it if I went to the movies after a hard day for relaxation and neglected to write? The call made up for it, as you said, but don't let it happen often. I intend to see the dentist shortly. More tomorrow, darling, and I love you above all. Your Evie. P.S. We'll try to get you home when the boys leave, okay? Philip to Evelyn, Tuesday, March 2nd, 1943, 5:30 p.m. Darling Mommy, your hubby works steadily all day checking service records. Outside it is snowing and there's a bitter wind blowing, so I'm perfectly content to sit here on my locker and rest while I write to my dear Chippy. The only drawback is that there is nothing to write about, except of course the usual, I am well, thank you, and wish you the same. Your Sunday letter arrived this morning, and it was with the greatest feeling of pride that Adele's daddy read of her ladylike behavior on the occasion of her visit to her grandaunt and cousins. Sorry to hear, though, that you aren't feeling well, baby. Take care of that throat. And when are you going to see the dentist? By the way, you don't think Junior has anything to do with your not feeling well, do you? If this is the cause, you better be careful. Don't work too hard or lift anything heavy. Get plenty of rest. You know, dearest, I'd hate to have anything happen at this stage of the game. Page 2. Do you think it's too early to start thinking about a name for Adele's brother? Gee, honey, I hope he turns out as well as our first effort. That would really be something, don't you agree? Red left today on a 3-day pass. Are his girlfriends, 4, in for a good time? And it looks like I'll have to go to the movies all by myself tonight. Wish you were here to go with me, sweet. The picture is Reveille with Beverly, and I think you'd enjoy it as much as I expect to. Klein is LO, latrine orderly today, and can't leave the barracks. I see by the record that rationing started yesterday, and I'm wondering how you are faring under it. I'm glad you won't have any trouble getting baby foods. Baby, I too wish the war were over so that we could live again as man and wife instead of private and wife. But then our entire lives are made up of wishes and hopes and dreams, and only time will tell whether our wishes are to be granted. So our only possible course of action is to take time for granted and trust the fates to bring us together again. Taking time for granted is just another way of saying being patient. So be very patient, will you, sweet? And always keep in mind the unalterable fact that each second, each hour, each day is just that much closer to that delicious moment when you and I will be us again. P.S. A kiss for Adele and my love to all. Lovingly, Phil.